How are we getting on, folks? I think it's safe to say that was possibly one of the best days I've ever had in terms of tipping up winners. Out of the seven races, we've had five winners, uh, ranging from prices of, I think, four to five. No, actually, even more than that. It was two to five for this Gordon Elliott newcomer, and ranging out to a lovely 13 to 2 bet with Midland Millie. We were unlucky with wide receiver, just I suppose a bit of a peck on landing stopped it actually going on to win the race. But credit where credit is due. Rachel Blackmore just picked up the horse and absolutely hosed up in the end. But out of the 2 days for Punchestown, tomorrow definitely looks to be the one with the most value. We're going to look to keep this good run going, and I definitely think there is some serious value at pretty nice prices now tomorrow. I don't think there's any odds on shots tipped up in this one. For tomorrow, no, there's not. So really and truly, we get a couple of winners. Where if we get a couple of winners now tomorrow, we are. It's safe to say that we're going to be on a very very good day. But we may as well kick things off. First of all, 115. We're going to go with an each way shout here now. We're going to go with Charcor at 5 to 1. This one here is very, very interesting. It's a very decent dual purpose sort. Um, it's had some very, very credible runs both on the flat and over hurdles this year. One of those was in Punchestown when second. I think it was trading around 16 to 1 that day when it was just touched off. Or it just couldn't get to the leader in the end of the day. But it's put up some serious good runs. Any sort of run that has put up, the form has been franked. Um, and this favourite, it does deserve favouritism, really, at the end of the day. Fifth in the champion bumper behind the likes of Fernie Hollow, appreciate it. Um, but I just think it'll want a little bit further now, especially making its hurdles debut. Uh, I would love to see it going on to win, and it nearly should go on to win, and it should be a very, very exciting sort for the Gordon Elliott stable. But in terms of value, I think it shouldn't really be odds on at the end of the day. It should be. It definitely deserves to be a sharp price, but in terms of an odds on horse, it's certainly not worth getting involved with, and it's, I suppose, well worth taking on. Sharkor has proven to absolutely love it at this distance, this ground, this track, and going over hurdles as well. So if you're looking for a safer option, definitely Sharkor at 5 to 1. It's an each way price, and it could well, I suppose, cause a little bit of a shock tomorrow. 145. We're going to go with Sir Jack Thomas in this one for the Ado McGuinness Yard. Ado is known to absolutely love a nice handicap, a nice valuable handicap as well. But this one here really takes the interest. It looks very well in at the weights. Darrow O'Keefe. Dara is absolutely in flying form, and especially when teaming up with Ado McGuinness, he always has to catch the eye somewhat. Um, Overall, it's a tricky enough race, but the fact that this horse is so well in and it's had a couple of runs on the flat to, I suppose, boost the fitness level in it, um, and I suppose just sharpen him up really at the end of the day. He should well be above his mark now going over hurdles, and coming from the Adam McGuinness yard, he should really be primed and ready, and at 9 to 2 is a very, very good price. I would imagine that he's going to attract plenty of attention, but it's hard to know on the day. 215, we're going to go with another I think it's 9 to 2 shot. Um, Actually, for Sir Jack Thomas, I think it is. Yeah, there's two 9 to 2 shots, one after the other here. Now we're going to go with bread and butter at 9 to 2. Coming from the Gavin Cromwell yard, this horse also absolutely loves it around Punchestown. It's run some very, very good races. Last time out around Punchestown, it was 16 to 1. It was just, I suppose, just touched off in the line. There was two of them going hell for leather, going up to the line, but it just lost out at the end of the day. the form of that race has been definitely backed up. Um, there's been, I think, three or four horses that have gone on to either win or run some very credible races behind better opposition. Um, 9 to 2 looks a very, very good price. It's had a couple of runs in the flat, sort of. It's like a bit. It's a bit like Charcourt, the fact that it's a bit of a dual purpose sort, and it's sort of going from flat to hurdles. But the fact that it's proven to run some very credible races at Punchestown as well, that always has to take a massive fancy. I think it's Maxwell riding for Cromwell tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. It's either Maxwell or McNamara. The name has just gone out of my head now at the minute, but I definitely think 9 to 2 is a very, very good price for this bread and butter, and it should. Well, depending where you are, it's at an each way price as well. If you can get a quarter of the odds at the bookmakers, definitely take it and definitely go each way. But I would honestly think that this horse, it looks to be one of the more eye catching of the field here now, and it should well be above its mark. Now the 250, we're going to take a little bit of a chance here. Now we're going to go with Papong at 9 to 2. It's coming up against the Wave of the Sea. Obviously, when you look at the hurdles form, a Wave of the Sea is miles clear, but I don't know. There's just something about Wave of the Sea. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the horse and love looking at the horse as well. But in terms of backing it, it puts an awful lot of question marks over my head. I definitely think the fact that it won a fairly ordinary beginner's chase in Kilbeggan the last time out didn't really speak too much for its volumes, and the fact that it's 2 to 1 now, I know you have to consider hurdle form as well, but there does look to be a few better chasers in this field here. And here's where I'm coming with Papong. It was running a very, very good race behind Western Victory in Listowel before Western Victory actually took a tumble at the second last. But Papong actually went on to win that day and bet, I think, his Rapid Response for the Jessica Harrington yard. I'm not 100% sure now in the name, but it was in the Paul Potts colours, and Western Victory and Rapid Response have both gone on to win some very good races this year and some very impressive styles. Papong is an all-in-out battler. I find with a Wave of the Sea, if a horse comes up his outside, he just has a tendency to lose concentration, and he just has a tendency to let his mind wander and let his, I suppose, concentration stray a little bit. When you're looking at price and when you're looking at value, Papong is miles clear on value at 9 to 2 compared to a Wave of the Sea at 2 to 1. Now, saying that, will a Wave of the Sea go on and win it? There is a good chance he will. If he goes 5, 6, 7 lengths clear coming into the home straight, forget about it. He's home and dry in my opinion. But if there's a battle on, which I suspect there will, it's a very competitive race this. I think a Wave of the Sea might just, I suppose, linger, and I suppose he might just die off coming near the end and look a shade disappointing, but in all honesty, that's just the horse he is. Papong looks to be all in out the best value of the race, and 9 to 2 definitely looks to be a very, very good shout. Now moving on to the nap of the day, the 325. It comes to no surprise to the Peaky blogger followers. We're going to go with the Storyteller here at 9 to 4. In terms of the race itself, the Storyteller should really be top weight here in this race. I can't see why he shouldn't. He's after having a season of his life. I've never seen the horse run so well in such a short space of time. He's just been unstoppable at the best of times. I know he's found the likes of Easy Game a little bit too much, but when you look at it this way, Easy Game was only a head or a neck behind Faheen in Leopardstown in February. So when you put it all together, at the end of the day, the Storyteller should be top weight in this. He's getting weight allowances from I think three or four different horses in here. In all fairness, like, it is a great race. The likes of Jet, Alpha de Zobo. I can't even think of who else is in it, but it's a very very good race. I definitely will be on the edge of my seat now tomorrow, but the fact that he's so well weighted, and the fact that Keith Donoghue, not only is he in good form, but the fact that he gets on so well with the storyteller. I made a comment on the World of Sport website. I think it was a couple of months ago now at this stage. Well, maybe not a couple of months ago. It was probably a month ago now at this stage, where I described Galway and the storyteller like a 99 on a summer's day, and Keith Donoghue like the flake on top. And that's exactly what it is. At the end of the day, look at it's. I know it's Punchestown, but really and truly, it doesn't matter where he runs. He always puts in a very good effort. And 9-4 for the storyteller is a massive price. Don't get me wrong. I know he's there to be shot at, but at the weights he's at, he should run away with this fairly comfortably. The 4 o'clock, then we are going to go with another Gordon Elliott horse here now tomorrow. We're going to go with Bishop's Quarter at 7-2. This one here is a little bit of a chance here now, because all you have to do really is look at his form. But at the end of the day, the newcomers for, I suppose, the Philip Reynolds horses for Gordon Elliott, they have been absolutely unbelievable. You look at the likes of Presenting Dylan. We haven't seen Presenting Percy yet, and I am excited to see him. I definitely think if it was me that was training him, I wouldn't be going down the Gold Cup route at all. I'd be going for the cross country, but that's more so just to rejuvenate the horse, and he looks, I suppose, past his best. But if there's any, I suppose, hope at all from rejuvenating something, Gordon Elliott is going to get him there. But beside the point, we're going, after going, I suppose, off topic there, talking about Presenting Percy. But this Bishop's Quarter was a point-to-point winner. I think it was Nina, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But I think he won in Nina on his start in point-to-point. He has been out of form since, but really and truly, the race is there to be shot at. He's at a fairly nice weight. Jamie Codd is on board as well. Jamie Codd is one of the best amateurs. In my opinion, I think Jamie Codd is the best amateur over jumps, but in terms of, say, bumpers and everything else like that, Patrick would take the top spot. But when it comes to jumps, you can't really go too much wrong than Jamie Codd at the end of the day. I would expect to see this Bishop's Quarter being absolutely race fit. There's no reason why you shouldn't. And don't be surprised if this horse absolutely canters clear of the field. I know I might sound mad looking at his form book, but you just look at the likes of Presenting Dylan in Roscommon that day when he absolutely hosed up. Really and truly, 7-2, it looks to be a very good price, and I definitely think that there's going to be an awful lot of attention focused on this Bishop's Quarter to see how well he'll do. Finally then, 4:35, the next best of the day, we're going to go with Mars Harper at 13-8. This one here, look at, it definitely looks to be the Gordon Elliott first string. I said it just there in the last, I suppose, race. Jamie Codd is definitely the best, I suppose, amateur that Gordon has at his disposal. I would say anyway. It's hard to disagree on that, I suppose, side of things, but this horse definitely looks to be better than Gordon's Jet, in my personal opinion. I think Gordon's Jet, it just met a weaker field in terms of quality. I know it absolutely hosed up that day when it won. And it won, I suppose, when it was unfancied as well. But when you look at the form between the two races, there's more form that's been backed up in Mars Harper's race than it has done with Gordon's Jet. It's going, like, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a very good battle between the two of them, and I definitely think it's a 2-horse race between the two Gordon Elliott runners, but I think this Mars Harper is a very, very special horse. At the end of the day, look at, I might be wrong, 13-8 is, I suppose, a little bit of a safer next best, but at the end of the day, you just look at the form that we've had in the nap and the next best alone. Over the past, let's just say, a week, I think we're I suppose going at close to, I think, 85 or 90% strike rate at the end of the day. That's what I'm aiming for, and I think this is definitely going to be one that's going to be absolutely hosing up now tomorrow. But I'm going to leave it there. That's all the racing that's going to be on now for tomorrow. If you like the content, please make sure to keep liking, sharing, subscribing. There's been an awful lot of people that have, I suppose, sent, texts or comments, whatever you like to call them, as well as that. I know Andrew Blair White from Blair White's blog is going to be looking in. Andrew, thanks very much for the message there today. It was very, very kind of you. As well as that, I want to give a little bit of a plug to the World of Sport website, who are absolutely flying out the winners as well. They have an article up this evening about some football that's going on. Like I said before, football just isn't really my thing, so it doesn't really catch my attention too much, but the lads are top class at the end of the day, and they wouldn't be doing it in the world of sport if they weren't good at what they do. So if you want to, I suppose, go over to the World of Sport website, if football is your thing, I'll leave a link in the description below, and please make sure to keep liking, sharing, subscribing. The more subscribers I get, the closer we get to that 1,000 mark, when we can start, I suppose, trying to get this channel monetized and bring you better content as well as that. But I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much, and the very best of luck tomorrow.